I am live. What is going on, guys? Same old world from Same Old Views here. I'm here right now live stream, and this time do my annual monthly recap, where I recap not only all the movies I've seen in this month of May, but also reviewing all the TV shows and video games I played this month so far. Hello, Dawson, the Universe Clan. You're joining me. I appreciate it. But basically, I'm going to talk about all the movies, TV shows I watched in this month of May, along with all the games I played within the month of May. Here's some examples about my movies, but now I decided to fun to add TV and video games. So there are also a lot of TV shows and games I do play, but I never get around to reviewing. So I think I've added them to the mix as well, and that'll probably be a lot to do. I think I might as well do a live stream as well. So I hope you'll enjoy that. So yeah, I'm here to talk about all the movies and TV shows I've seen in the month of May, along with all the games I played in the month of May. The ones I probably have reviewed, along with the ones I probably have reviewed on my channel before. Also, along with the ones I have seen and played, but never got around to reviewing on here. Whether it's because I wasn't feeling great or whatever, or one way or another. Anyway, I'm here to talk about all the movies. Again, I'm here to talk about all the movies and TV shows I watched in the month of May, and all the video games I played within the month of May. So I hope you enjoy. I'm going to wait a couple of minutes to have more people come in before I start. Wait a couple minutes to have 3 more people so I can before I start. I'm waiting till like around 4-minute mark before I start, so I can have more people here. Kind of like with the live recap thing I did yesterday. It's episode 4 minutes this time. So wait till 4-minute mark, then I'll get started. And I do have a lot of TV shows, games, and movies I'm going to talk about. I'm going to start with games first, then TV shows, then movies. Small man, I'll get started. I don't know how I got what I'm singing on, actually, to be honest. I don't remember what I'm singing, at least or what it is. Yeah, the rest of the song get started. And I do have a lot of talk about these movies, TV shows, and games, which is why I thought it'd be more reasonable to do a live stream instead of actual recording, because that would be a lot of recording, and that would probably take a very long time and it'd be very lengthy. So I think live stream is more suitable for this, to be honest. Okay, just 2 more seconds. And out of 4 remarks, so let's get started. But first, time about all the games I played in this month of May. Now, you guys don't know I've been reviewing a lot of games recently, and like I've been playing a lot of games recently. I guess I've noticed honestly, where I've been a lot of games that I've been playing much more games than usual lately. Usually I've never been able to call myself a gamer. I mean, I do play games, but not really much as I want to. I'm just not used to growing up. But literally, ever since I started playing the 2014 Tomb Raider game, I decided to get more into games. I decided to play a lot of games to get up and noticed, honestly. And I play a lot of games. And again, I keep on saying to myself, I don't know whether that's a good or a bad thing. But anyway, I play like 6 games throughout the month of May, so Most of them I already have reviewed, honestly. One I did be like a couple days before after I took my break. And one that I think which is actually recently, but I'm going to say for an actual review or doing that and also doing that playthrough before I actually review it. So let's get started with first the two Batman Arkham games, Batman Arkham Origins and Batman Arkham Knight. It's not being old Arkham games, not even doing regular Arkham games, yeah, not take that out. But like Arkham Origins is the weakest of the Arkham games. It's still a blast to play, it still has some great aspects to it, still has a lot of fun playing Batman, exploring Gotham City, and learn more as Origins. It definitely suffers from starting out being interesting, some characters disappearing, and some technical issues here and there. But it's still overall a blast to play. I was still giving it 4.25 out of 5, which is my rating I would give the games. Which 0 out of 5 is what I give the games against them. And then there's Batman Arkham Knight, which I honestly fucking love. I don't really get why people hate the game so much, to be honest. I fucking love Batman Arkham Knight. It, to me at least, is an excellent game. I really didn't experience any problem while playing, to be honest. It can get a little frustrating times. I will not lie on that. Definitely the most frustrating of the Batman Arkham games. But it's frustrating. We still want to play it. It's not frustrating. We just want to turn off the game. Okay, but Batman Arkham Knight is still an excellent game to play. It really is also the best story of the Arkham games. One of the best stories I've seen in my time playing video games. It's an all-around excellent game. So much fun, but filled with so much interesting drama. It's such fun because of Batman and who the Arkham Knight is, and tearing down Batman psychologically. I fucking love Arkham Knight, man. I also fucking love the Batman sections. I can tell my review. I can understand why people do not like the Batmobile sections in Arkham Knight. But for me, I love every second of it, honestly. Again, I can still see why people would not like it, considering that they use a lot. Some huge sum of this game is pretty much dependent on the Batmobile. I mean, I don't think there's any problem with this, to be honest. I don't know if that's just me, though, honestly, because I know a lot of people really experience a lot of problems with Batmobile, so I'm saying kind of ruining the game for them. For me, I actually love Batmobile, and I play this game, and I'll still give it 5 out of 5. And the next three games to talk about is the original God of War trilogy. Because I reviewed the first 2 games on the channel. The first God of War, I thought that was a total blast. And he truly like a badass, and I loved Kratos as a character. Yeah, there's very some controls here and there, and an occasional glitch here and there. I still had a total blast with the original God of War. I mean, God of War 2 was even better. I fucking loved the second game. It had a more engaging story, a really interesting story on Kratos' characters, some really interesting twists and turns I did actually coming, and it really improved on every aspect during the gameplay. But for me, God of War 3 is still my favorite in the franchise. It somehow managed to beat God of War 2 for me. I don't know if I'm the only one that actually thinks God of War 3 is probably better than the second one, because most people say the second game is usually the best in the franchise. Well before the new one game, again, I still haven't played the new one yet. I'm saying before the new one, people usually think the second one is the better one, is the best in the franchise. Again, before the new one came out, which I still haven't played. But God of War 3 was an interesting and engaging experience for me. It had one of the best story in the franchise. You can understand Kratos' actions and what he does in the game. It really improves on an interesting aspect. It goes through some interesting things in terms of characters, story, gameplay. And the boss battles are definitely some of the best in the franchise. That's a lot of saying how amazing the boss battles were in the second one. When it's really on huge epic scale, especially we have to beat this big giant and you have to pretty much this one time you have to turn into an eyeball and all that. It's also the most gruesome and thing, and that's really saying a lot. That's the most gruesome in the franchise. That really is a lot. I fucking love, and it had an engine that really let me engage and really let me kind of satisfied. So I fucking love God of War 3. For me, I would give it a 5 out of 5, honestly. And I'm hoping soon I'll be able to play the other God of War games, the kind of spin-off prequel games, King Olympus, Blood, Sparta, and Ascension. And hopefully if I do get a second job pretty soon, I can still haven't heard anything about the tier thing yet. Oriana jobs or whatever. But hopefully I'll get the new one soon. Because I've been hearing nothing but amazing things about it, and I'm actually very curious to check it out. So hope y'all get it soon. And the last game I'm going to talk about is Life is Strange. Now, I'm actually not going to say anything about it because I actually do want to do a review on my channel. I actually want to review the game on my channel. And I was going to be the 10-day. But to be honest, I think it's best for me if I do a second playthrough of the game, which I don't know if you'll be finished for Sunday. So might be that game. I'm maybe going to probably some next week, but I do plan on to do another playthrough of Life is Strange, so I can have one. Basically, because I want to experience the game again, I want to see what else I can do differently, and maybe I'll have a better review and thoughts on it. I fucking love Life is Strange. I fucking adore the game. I still can't get out of my head, honestly. It's with all the amazing praise it's getting. Okay, but I think in the important time before I actually review the game. Okay, so I'm not really going to say what my rating is exactly, at least until I do my actual review. Personally, I fucking loved it. Okay, that's all my thoughts on games. Right now it's time to go on TV. And there are like 8 TV shows I'm going to talk about. And the first one, and there's now me to talk about to review the show, but for some reason I'm not going to run into it. And that is A Series of Unfortunate Events, Season 2. The second season of this very popular show, with Neil Patrick Harris Count Olaf, right after the events of Season 1, where Klaus is battling an orphanage, and then they go through other places with Count Olaf still trying to get their heritage. And get the huge fortune they have. And it's crazy what it's going to go through for this fortune. But yeah, because you know I love Season 1, I think it was an excellent season. And it's a little weird, and I wish the after wasn't all there. But overall, it was engaging, it was funny, it was so great to watch, had great characters. Considering Neil Patrick Harris, me killed as Count Olaf. Me, I think he's actually better than Jim Carrey as Count Olaf in the original movie. That's saying a lot. So, yeah, you bet your ass So you bet your ass I was excited for Season 2, and it delivered. I think it's actually just as good as Season 1, to be honest. But it takes all the greatness to one. Season 1 is so great. The great Neil Patrick Harris is still amazing. You learn a lot more interesting stuff about him throughout the season to make him more of a compelling character. And the characters were great. They were great as well. The situation goes to a very intriguing, and it really keeps you interested. The very first one thing great. Has a great style to it. It's very hilarious, and it's a very odd and weird show, but it's odd and weird in the best ways. And it had almost out very hilarious and very humorous, but I don't know when to be very dramatic and kind of heartbreaking at the right moment and emotional at the right moments. It's definitely a fun show from beginning to end. And season 9 really can be excited about how they're going to end this show. My only problem with this season is that there were a few stupid moments of characters that were very frustrating. I'm sure most know what the moments I'm talking about. But overall, like I said, I think this is just as good as Season 1 on site. Still can't tell you which one I think about, to be honest. But I think a lot of the greatness to what I loved when I need improved on a couple aspects on it. And so I'll probably get the same ring I would give Season 1, that's a 9.5 out of 10. And next is the show. I don't know why I'm not buying Season 2 and 3, but again, my life motivation is probably why. And that is Season 2, 3 of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Just know I did read the first season of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend on my channel. And there's no I fucking love Season 1. I thought it was a phenomenal season that contains some really engaging characters, some really excellent musical numbers, and it basically has some interesting styles, and it goes through some interesting genres, but it managed to make them all work very well. It was hilarious and funny and so laugh out loud, but it's not going to be very emotional and very serious. And it has one of the best balances I've seen between comedy and drama in years, honestly. And I didn't manage to watch Season 2 and 3. And Crazy Ex-Girlfriend is probably one of the best shows I've fucking seen. I fucking love Season 2. This is a show that actually gets better and better as I go along, honestly. I don't know if everyone thinks that, but for me, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend is a show that does get better and better as it goes along. Well, the characters are really interesting and compelling, especially Rebecca, who is a psycho. She's kind of psycho, like, I'm not gonna lie on that. But she's a psycho that's also surprisingly sympathetic, and you can definitely understand her reasonings. And she goes through some pretty emotional stuff, especially in the third season, especially this one powerful moment on a plane that honestly broke my heart and was actually made me tear up, actually. And no, almost like that, especially with how season 3 ends. And how season 2 ends as well. Just, my God, I know there were some powerful moments. But yeah, it has excellent balance with being very hilarious, charming, and lighthearted, but also being very emotional, sad, and even very dark. And it's not too dark. We're like, yeah, I'm not doing it. It's dark, but we can actually. I'm trying to say this. It's basically dark, but you're not like by it. If you guys get what I'm saying. Not getting it. Yeah, no, it's meant to be serious and dark and emotional. I know it's meant to be very humorous and hilarious without it being like nowhere or ruins the moments on the show. And like with season 1, the musical numbers are once again incredible. Like, every musical number actually hits. Every musical number hits for me, and I fucking love all of them. Like, hey, maybe in the future I'll do a top 10 list on my favorite songs. So that was tough because I said I pretty much love every song the show's ever done. This is something who's catchy, engaging, lovable, and amazing musical numbers I've ever seen in a TV show. I've seen any period, because, oh my God. Oh God, that show is definitely crazy. Good? Because he has a girlfriend? Oh man. And those Rebecca who's an interesting character. All the other characters are interesting as well. Everyone goes for their interesting arc and their interesting moments with characters throughout the show. Whether it's on the latest level, on a serious level, everybody goes through the interesting arc, but make you really care about them, and everybody works incredibly well off each other. The show is just so much fun, yet so emotional and filled with so much depth at the same time. And for me, next show I'm reviewing is season 1 of Cobra Kai. At Cobra Kai season 1. This was a YouTube Red series that was released, I think, around a couple months ago, I believe. So it's 10 episodes long, and it's actually based on the original Karate Kid movie with Ralph Macchio and William Zabka, with both actors reprising their roles from the original movies. This show basically takes place around years after the events of the original Karate Kid, which I think is a fantastic movie, by the way. I still fucking love the original Karate Kid. Sequels, not so much. This original series takes place up years after the events of the original Karate Kid, with, again, William Zabka and Ralph Macchio as the roles. Basically, Daniel's living a great life. He lives a great life, has his own daughter kills him, has a great family that loves him. He's so great ever since he won that match. Johnny Lawrence, not so much. In fact, he's really down on his luck. And he pretty much lost his job, and his dad sometimes owns him. Gives them money, he literally gives them money to get out of life. And then he ends up seeing this neighbor Miguel, he seems to possess some karate skills, and he wants trying to teach him, and while he kind of refuses at first, after seeing Daniel one time, he decides to be a sensei and also reopen the Cobra Kai dojo. Dojo, at least a lot of pretty great stuff, because honestly, season 1 Cobra Kai I thought was actually freaking amazing. I love this show the more I think about it. This is a pretty damn great show, not even fantastic show. I love a lot of aspects of this show, such as being a YouTube Red series. The two main actors, Ralph Macchio and William Zabka, are both fucking incredible here. They are both engaging and interesting characters, especially Johnny Lawrence. He is definitely an interesting character. Yeah, I'm sure he's kind of a douche at times, kind of like what's in the original movie. But he's a douche where you can definitely see where he's coming from and why he's acting like this and why he's pretty much behaving like this. And again, he's definitely not the most likable person in the world, but you definitely see where he's coming from. He's basically a likable. He's basically a likable douchebag. This is how you do a likable douchebag right. Make them sympathetic and give their reasons for their behavior. And that's basically what they get done alone. He has the most interesting, compelling arc throughout the season. He's the most interesting, engaging character throughout the season in general. Yeah, but Daniel still has the great moments. He still has a great arc to him as well, especially with stuff involving his daughter and him learning after his mentor, Mr. Miyagi, who unfortunately passed away. From the actual actor also passed away as well. I'm gonna have to name about whoever he is, rest in peace. Whoever's name was rest in peace. Anyway, he definitely has engaged in arc as well, and the most between Daniel and Johnny Lawrence are some of the most great, amazing, incredible moments throughout the entire show, especially in the first two episodes, especially near the end as well. Like, they have some really great moments when it is even on that length level, and especially on the series level. But all the other characters, they have to play Miguel was great. The actress that played Daniel's daughter Samantha was great. And all enjoy the characters are freaking engaging characters and very likable. And go for interesting arcs as well. Well, especially also Johnny's son Robbie, who goes through an interesting arc himself as well, especially stuff involving his father and him being trained by Daniel. Yeah, and some of the crime matches here are also freaking incredible and fun, not only fun to watch, but also kind of tense at times, especially near the last episode. If I were to think if I were to point any issues with this series, if I were to pinpoint any issues with it, I feel like I could see some characters a little more, and there's some moments in the season that do drag a bit. But overall, I thought season 1 Cobra Kai was an all-around great, fantastic season. If you have not seen the season yet, I highly recommend it. And honestly, I cannot wait for season 2 when it comes out next year. So I will give Cobra Kai season 1 a 9.5 out of 10. Definitely recommend it if you haven't seen it already. Now, next show I'm going to talk about is Riverdale season 2. Now, I'm not going to get too much on the show because I already did a review on my channel. I've not seen it. But most of you guys know that I thought the season 2 were great. Definitely not reached the great heights that season 1 did. But it still takes a lot of the greatness to what makes season 1 Riverdale we can begin with the characters, the storyline, the music, certain storylines, and certain arcs with characters and characters, the drama, the interestingness of the show. And like I said, interesting is always the best way I can say about Riverdale. I had a lot of aspects of the show, especially that musical episode. That was probably the best episode of the season. And I do wish some characters and storylines were given some more development, some had to do and all that stuff. And it does have a few moments that are very anticlimactic. But I still thought season 2 Riverdale was overall a great season. I will still give it a 9 out of 10. Next we got Arrow season 6. Now again, like I did season 2, I already did review this show on my channel. So that's on my channel if you haven't seen it already. But just know I thought Arrow season 6 was overall a solid season. Definitely one of the best season. Definitely not as good as season 5, but definitely miles better than season 4 and even better than season 3, honestly. I'm sure it definitely has a lot of problems, making good improvement of storylines, having too many characters, some things not making sense, having a storyline between teens battling each other kind of feels pretty petty and honestly very boring. The show also has some very boring moments as well, and the villain was definitely not interesting until later on. The show also has a lot of great moments in terms of some great action sequences. I think we have some great character moments, some great character interactions. And the villain, again, develop again, become more interesting later on, have more of a personality to him as well. As well as some really great moments, especially this one between John and Oliver. Oliver like, in the end of the season, and having an interesting and incredible season finale. Definitely is one of the best season finales the show's done, and definitely one of the best episodes of the show, period. And I'm actually very curious to see how they do season 7. Hope season 7 actually will be between the greatness of some of the greatness that this season brought. And again, I thought season 6 was a very solid season. Again, I did do my review if you had not seen it already. But I thought the season was very solid. There was a lot to really like in the season. And find some things and find some major faults I have with certain aspects and not living the potential that I could live up to. I still thought it was a solid season. I was still give it a 7.5 out of 10. And now, when we get into this, I was hoping I'll actually do a full review of the show, but again, break end up happening. And that, my friends, is 13 Reasons Why Season 2. I'm sure most of you know this was coming. I was going to be reviewing this season. That was totally unnecessary. I mostly know I fucking love Season 1, 13 Reasons Why. I thought it was an excellent season. I'm not sure if I'll give it a 10 out of 10. I'll give it my original review, but I thought it was one of the best teen dramas I have seen in years. And some great excellent performances, some great and memorable characters, an interesting story that doesn't glorify suicide like most people claim it to be. It has some very interesting. It really has some very interesting stuff about it and some very interesting aspects to it that really make it more different and unique than most teen dramas. It's something I really appreciate, and some really powerful moments that really did affect me. And when I found that there was going to be a season 2, I was like, seriously, do we really need a season 2? That's literally the first thought again in my head. Do we really need season 2? I know some are going to say, well, season 1 ended on cliffhanger. Well, I'd say it was more ambiguous than actual cliffhanger, and it was ambiguous to where it was actually satisfying. Like, we really did not need season 2, honestly. Plus, what else plus, with season 2, what else could they actually do? Not seriously, what else could they actually do? Especially the fact that Hannah's coming back. They kind of already told a story. And after watching all 2 up season 2, I still ask a question. Was this season really necessary? My thoughts exactly. Season 2 I wasn't a fan of at all. I really did not like that season. And also, the more I think about it, the more I don't like season 2. The more I don't like season 2 of 13 Reasons Why. Sorry. But there are some great aspects to it. Like, the acting is pretty great. Everyone does do a great job of performances. The best definitely being Dilma Nance Clay. The actress that played Hannah's mom, I don't think I remember her name at the moment, but she was amazing as well. And of course, Captain Langford as Hannah, she also loves as well. Really want to see more Captain Langford in the future. And the music here is great as well. There has some great music that could have added some emotional moments, that could have added some great, these are actually emotional. And it does have some great emotional moments here and there, that especially more so in the second half, which actually is definitely better than the first half. And it does have some great cinematography. And there are a few kids I still really care about, like with Jessica and Hannah's mom. And that's pretty much it. The pacing in this season, wow. Like, for the first half of the season, I was so freaking bored. Like, I did not care about what was going on, honestly. I really couldn't do it again. This feels unnecessary. Like, really. Like, this is something, like, maybe this actually could have been interesting what they're trying to tell. But it just never really grabbed me. Like, how season 1 did. It never really had my attention. It's really interesting acting. Season 1 stuff with some teaching stuff only his mom, stuff Gus going through, and maybe some stuff with Clay and maybe some teaching stuff with Tony as well. But I'm not really couldn't care less about the other characters as well, to be honest. Especially the three of them just don't really have much to do here, like with Courtney and Sky. Okay, and the first half really dragged so much, like I could not believe it. Like I said, they kind of just get better, but it still had moments where it's just like really like nothing really much happens throughout the first half, to be honest. Like nothing really happens. And another issue is that the season is very unrealistic. I'm sure season 1 has some unrealistic moments, but it still had a sense of realism and like you could still believe that some of his characters and some things that happen could actually do in real life. And how they were acting in real life, guys. You know what I'm saying? It had a sense of realism. And this season just throws that out the window. And the first episode pretty much proves that. Yeah, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about that. The first episode proves that this really lost the sense of realism with the first season. The season overall pretty much lacks and forgot what made season 1 so real to begin with. And the cover scenes were just so painful and boring to watch. Like I could not give a damn what was going on here. And another big problem, this is a problem that bugged the living hell out of me throughout the show, is that it incredibly overcomplicates his reasonings, her relationship with other people. Apparently there's some stuff that you never actually known about, like apparently him and Zach having a sort of romance, and Jessica, sort of all him and Jessica, him and Courtney, and some other stuff about the other characters. You know, like, why wasn't this mentioned? This is something that shouldn't be easy to forget. Okay, and it really affects, and it really messes and really affects me. And it's something that's honestly very not hard to ignore. And that honestly, like, the fact that it really overcomplicates all the stuff and his suicide and relationship with friends really affected all this season. It's one that really affected the season so much. And to be honest, I'm probably not going to watch season 1 again because of what happens here. That's something that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't affect the actually good season of the show. If you guys get what I'm saying. But it pretty much overcomplicates her reasonings for her suicide, and you wonder why wasn't this mentioned before. And there's something that shouldn't be easy to forget. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have seen the season know what I'm talking about. Again, the season was just very boring. I was uninterested in a majority of what was going on. Again, this has some good moments here and there. But for the most part, I was like, am I supposed to care about this? That's pretty much why I was that much of the show. And the finale, now, what actually happened? It's kind of interesting and probably should have, but probably it should not have been done way earlier in the show. I don't want to spoil it because you guys don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm sure most of you know what I'm talking about. And also the one thing, the finale sets out for a 3rd season, which again feels very unnecessary. Like, seriously. Last I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I don't want to see more. Like, I'm not sure about me going to watch these things, to be honest. And that season was just unnecessary to begin with. Saying that first season pretty much showed a lot of the aspects of broadcasting and not sure where else they can actually go with these characters and what else can tell. And this season pretty much proves all my worries. And I wouldn't say it's actually saying any bad, but I wouldn't say this is actually a bad season. It's just incredibly mediocre, and it's a season I'm definitely not going to watch. And a season the more I did not like the more I'm think about it. So overall, I would give season 2 of This Reasons Why a 3.5 out of 10. I did not like the season at all. And I wish they never made the season to begin with. Thank God, that's good. And now let's continue with another unfortunately mediocre show. The Flash season 4. Definitely not a good season at all. Definitely didn't improve on the season, which was definitely an overall enjoyable season, but not that great, honestly. But this season, The Flash, not good at all. Like, I don't think it's actually as unwatchable or painful as Arrow season 4 was, and this is also the 4th season they have for us, and apparently Flash is kind of in the same ballpark as Arrow. And while I wouldn't say this is as boring or unwatchable as season 4 was, this is still boring and not so good nonetheless. Like, there are some great aspects with Flash season 4. Like, the acting is great, everybody does do a good job with the roles. I think some aspect is actually the villain, the foe. I actually thought he was actually a very interesting villain, especially still following his wife as well. I thought they were pretty interesting characters, and some, you kind of knew what they were going for with his characters. They were still pretty interesting characters nonetheless, and that's just that played them great. And it's actually very refreshing to see different villains this time around. That's definitely much more appreciated this time around. So. Well, and it definitely has some good action here and there. And there's the moments of fun where Barry is pushing is sent to a prison. Those are some of the best moments of this season. But unfortunately, the season is pretty boring. I was really not interested in a lot of stuff that was going on this season. And like with Arrow this show also suffers from way too many characters. Also, one part mentions that Ralph was a guy I really wasn't a fan of at first, but definitely became more interesting later on and became more of a likable character. But I really did not care a lot about what was going on. Honestly, the show again also suffers from way too many characters, and some don't get time to shine. Like with Joe, like he kind of gets something to do, but not really. Honestly, also I did also kind of like the Killer Frost storyline with Kingland, what she had to go through. Just wasn't really a fan of how it ended, honestly. Not at all. And the show has become very boring a lot, especially of course, some of the romance being Barry and Alex, which I do love the relationship to be in. I still do love the Barry and Alex relationship. This is where I really did not care about the relationship, honestly. And I wish I didn't say that, because I do love Barry, because I do love Barry's relationship. But I do like hearing random stuff of, we are the Flash, we are the Flash, we are the Flash. And now they got annoying really fast. And season also got very repetitive real fast. Like, this is also more predictable than season 3 was. Not saying a lot. Like, I can tell what season was going to go even before it happens. And that's pretty much ended how I expected. Okay, it's very repetitive, where basically like 4 or 5 episodes, like around 4 or 5 episodes are basically around where Barry and his team basically have to stop these Bennett humans. The foe has captured before he catches them again, is catching anyway. It's pretty much all that brought like 4 or 5 episodes. And it gets boring real fast. Like, I really want to have a lot of these going on again. The stuff on the foe and Mosley and some stuff on Barry being in prison was some of the best aspects of what I was most interested in most of the season. But I'm not going to care less about what's going on. What's going on a lot of characters. And I'm going to get the Harry also had an interesting arc as well. Well, just didn't really care much about what was going on, because now I knew what was going to happen. But it's just, like, how do you say this? It's just very boring and repetitive about what was going on throughout this season. And let me just, I hope it's like this from a story of the show. Okay. Whatever, I guess. Okay. And again, the show also suffers from a lot of tone inconsistencies. And you can tell the season 1's gone to the fun and joyous tone to what made the Flash story to begin with. In the first seasons of Flash, and even 3 to some extent, know how to carefully balance moments of humor and moments of laughter with very emotional moments. And you can tell the season 1 to go more on the fun side, but in reality, it just lacks a lot of emotion to what makes the Flash what made the first 2 seasons so amazing to begin with. When they do have they do have emotional moments. Most of them don't really hit because they're very rushed. They don't really add too much, or don't really change the characters, or they just clash with the fun tone that they were trying to go for. And that's why I also the season finale was very disappointing, honestly, especially with how they said the end of Foe. It was kind of not dead, honestly. I don't even know if he's still alive or not, to be honest. But I really wasn't a fan of how the season ended, and how she was a fan of the previous finale, yes, even the season 3 finale. This was very much a letdown. I really wasn't a fan of how the season ended overall. But I'm very hoping that season 5 is actually better. Because again, season 3 and 4 were definitely not as good for seasons, but season 5 ended up becoming much better. So I hope that this comes out that season 5 pretty much still what made the Flash so great to begin with. I'm very much hoping that we get that back to Flash, because that's something the show really misses, is on the greatness and the funness, the emotion, the interesting stories. And this just felt like just whatever. And it's not a bad season by any means, but definitely a very mediocre season. Definitely didn't offer much. So I would give last season 4 a 4 out of 10. Now for the last show I'm talking about, and that is Survivor Ghost Island, the 36th season of the very popular reality show Survivor, which you guys know I'm a huge fan of. I thought this was a solid season. I thought it was actually a pretty solid season. Definitely not one of the best seasons of the show, but definitely a very solid season. It does have some great elements to it. It does have some random contestants, some I really liked, some I really cared about. Had some really intense challenge moments, some really interesting moments, especially with the finale episode, where basically, especially with the finale episode, where basically Jeff ended up reading the votes at the actual Final Council instead of bringing back to America, making the states for the issue she does. Basically, everyone cast the votes and they're bringing the urn to the states and they'll read all the votes. That's how Jeff answered the votes, which led to a tie vote, which led to the first ever tie vote on Final Council, and led to the second runner-up to cast the vote to win. After that, I'm actually kind of surprised with actually who won Survivor, honestly. Oh, hey, hello, future filmmaker for 90, aka Joshua Drake. Thanks for joining me, I appreciate it. But anyway, but Final Council was definitely a very interesting one, and especially with who won. I'm actually kind of surprised actually who won, because I expected another person was going to win, yet the other person ended up winning. But anyway, it does have some good contestants, some really good moments to it. And the Ghost Island aspect was something that was really interesting, and I think they did well for the most part. I mean, definitely moments I was kind of confused how it worked, when I died during and watching certain episodes. But for the most part, it's still interesting to Ghost Island, and I do kind of hope they bring it back in the future. My main problem with the season is that it's at some point it's kind of predictable who wins. We're gonna person that did win actually didn't win, but there's some point where I thought who's gonna be in the final two. And also a huge pet peeve of mine in some reality shows, most of Survivor Big Brother, is when my contestants have the perfect opportunity to make the big move, to make something that could change the entire game, especially near the end of the game, and they chose to play it safe. The episodes, they could actually have the opportunity to give out the final two contestants, Dominic and Wendell, yet they don't. But they could have the perfect opportunity to. They could have the I'm sure they probably have idols, but they figured they wouldn't play them and all that. So they had, but I knew at this point they wouldn't play them because they didn't be safe and all that. So again, they had the perfect opportunity to play them, yet they decided to play safe. And that's what is sometimes a lot of the show, what sometimes do play instead when they have the perfect opportunity to make big moves, not just a dollar window, but triple artists as well. That sounds always been a huge pet peeve when it comes to these shows, when it's very obvious they could make these big moves now, they could really change the games now, they could really be a great move, it can actually be a great blindside, yet they're just not doing it. And never really explain why they actually don't do it. Like 1 minute they're like, I want to make this move. I'm going to make this move no matter what. I am going to make this move. Yet they don't. And that's something that always bugged me, not just on Survivor, but on Big Brother as well. Especially with the recent season from, that's a different story. And there are various looking tests and stuff. I was really interested and couldn't want to see more, but unfortunately ended up getting the purple edit, which, if you know what the purple edit is, it's basically something that happens on Survivor, where basically some contestants don't really get much screen time, don't get much confessionals, or hardly any at all, and sometimes you even feel they actually do exist on the show. Not sure. And sometimes it couldn't happen once in getting a certain point, but I'm kind of get left in the dust, and don't really have major impact on the actual game. That's what always does about me a lot on Survivor as well. As you tend to do that with certain contestants, and that can kind of more appear this season. But overall, for me, Ghost Island was a very solid season. Definitely not one of the best Island seasons, but it's overall a solid season nonetheless. And I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. Well, that's it for TV shows. That is it for TV shows. And now, let's talk about movies. Just one sec. Just real quick. You know. Okay. Now let's start with all the movies I've seen this year. I've seen a total of 14 movies in the month of May. And I'm going to go in order that I saw them. First up, we got I Can Only Imagine, which is actually a Christian music biopic that's actually based on some very popular song called I Can Only Imagine by some group called Mercy Me. That apparently is the hardest chart they go highest, the most popular Christian song of all time. And I actually heard the song very recently on The Voice. And on which I really wasn't looking forward to that much, to be honest, because I'm not really huge on Christian movies. Like, I haven't seen many of them, but the ones I have seen are very boring, too preachy, and really hitting on the message they're trying to tell, especially if it's not that good. Basically, if you don't believe in God, you're a terrible person, you should die. Like, seriously. Especially for the Shack last year. I really didn't have no anticipation. I can't imagine. But it actually was a good movie. I actually really liked and actually kind of enjoyed. I can only imagine. I'm actually very surprised that another big surprise. Like this, yes, it's very surprising when it comes to movies, and I can only imagine there's no exception. There's no exception. It does have some issues, but it does being too preachy in blood times. It's kind of long. It's like 2 hours, but it could make cut like 15 minutes. And there are a few characters I wish I had seen a little more, and a few actors that kind of, with their performances, are getting much to do. And the movie is very cliched or whatever, and it's not going to blow your mind or anything. But considering how much I wasn't looking forward to it, I imagine it was actually a pleasant surprise. Its messages about Christianity and God, for the most part, are actually very subtle. and very well executed. Again, for most of the time, they can be too preachy at times, but for the most part, they do handle it very well. And I do love about when all the members they went to find most of them didn't get much to do, or which can see more emotion with the performances, whatever. And the part of the relationship between the lead singer and his father, that was talking about aspect of the movie as well. I especially love how one inspired lead singer to basically write this song, I Can Only Imagine, which again it is a great and amazing song. I fucking love that song. Especially very recently. I loved it. And I can imagine something that's not good as again, this film's not amazing and it's not gonna blow your mind. It's not gonna be like or anything. It is still actually a good film, and film I actually do recommend if you have not seen it, especially if you're fans of music or whatever. So I would give I Can Only Imagine an A to a B+. Next film is a film I definitely did review on my channel, As Dogs, which I finally get to see after trying to see it for a couple months, but I was able to see it very early in the month. I know it's different and it is definitely what all the praise is getting. Again, my only problem with Owl's Dogs is a couple of the translation issues that really kind of bugged me a little bit. Overall, I really love Owl's Dogs. Owl's Dogs is one favorite of the year. I fucking love it. I love the animation. I love the characters. There's go-to, especially with the dogs and the actual kid as well. It's very sweet and charming, but also very hilarious and even kind of emotional at times. I did do my review of Owl's Dogs and I've seen already. But overall, I fucking love this movie. It's one of my favorites of the year. I never hit Wes Anderson, and I will still give it a 99 of an A. And now we got Deadpool 2. Which is, no, I saw a very early screening. I was definitely having to, but unfortunately I couldn't review until next Tuesday, due to Billion and Bonjo. But yeah, I was very excited for Deadpool 2. I was very excited to have seen the early screening of it. But mostly, no, I fucking adore Deadpool 2. Man, I still think the first one is still slightly better. My stuff with Love Deadpool 2 retains a lot of the greatness to one makes the first Deadpool so great, along even improving on a few aspects of the first movie. It has amazing action, very hilarious. Like, it made me laugh so freaking hard watching it. The performances are great. Josh Brolin delivered as Cable. Zach Beats was amazing. Domino. Those two are from the second of the movie. Peter was great. I'm curious to know about Peter right now. I'm curious to know about Peter at this point. I did do an actual review on Deadpool along with a spoiler review on that channel. I'm sure most of y'all have seen them. But it was not that I fucking adored Deadpool 2. I thought it was an excellent comedy film. I thought it was an amazing superhero movie in general. And I can't wait to see what other films they'll play in the future. I will still give my 108+. Now, not a film that I never got around to reviewing, and that is Overboard, the remake on the old 80s movies with Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. Well, the only difference with this and remakes is basically the roles are reversed. Well, say in the original movie where the girl's the one that has amnesia, the remake is based on the boy that has amnesia. Basically, Annabelle's kind of looking at terrible, not so good job. They're trying to help a family and all that, and she works with this terrible rich guy that's basically an asshole, honestly. But then one day when he gets an accident, but that's actually the girl played by Anna Faris, by the way. So, and the actress played by Anna Faris decided to trick the guy who was played by Eugenio Duberis. I apologize for pronouncing that name wrong. And fits into being his husband and actually being actual father. Now, you guys know this film was very high on my least anticipated films. And I will say this. This film's not good. This film is not good. But it's definitely a lot better than I was expecting. for this being a remake, it actually has effort put into it. Actually, not all the effort actually works. It actually has some effort put into it. It's not at least trying to do something, which is something I actually do appreciate. When talking about aspects of the performances, especially in a Ferris, the actress that I always loved and admired for a while, especially on the show Mom, and for other movies as well. She's proven having to be an incredibly talented actress, and she proves that here as well. The actor Eugenio Derbez was also great here as well, and she and actress have somewhat decent chemistry. Not the best chemistry in the world, but definitely it's basically believable enough we can actually kind of buy into, even though the situation is kind of, but then again, the original kind of situation, but you can actually buy into it more. This one's definitely a little less believable, but you can still kind of buy into it. And as far as cast, definitely the best aspect of the movie. They are very hilarious and very charming. It has great moments. I just wish there were more to do here, to be honest. Now, it does have some great moments here. It does have some good charm and heart to it. But with this being a remake, there's really anything new to the original. Definitely kind of not. Some people really work, some people doesn't really work. It just can kind of bring in times you can clearly know where the film's going to go. Okay, it goes where I expected to go. Yeah. So to me, this film was just okay at best. It does have some greatness and have some effort put into it, but it does suffer from a lot of issues like stuff on pacing, characters, some weird stuff that happens, a supporting cast that unfortunately is great, but doesn't get much to do here. So I don't know how I get the recommendation, to be honest, but it's definitely was a lot better than I was expecting. I expect to not like this movie at all, but I expect to actually enjoy it a little bit better, even though this film is just fine at best. I'll give it a 50 out of C+. And next we got Revenge. Which is, I do have a review of that movie on my show. I have not seen it. But no, I had a total blast with Revenge. Sure, it's not the most rewatchable movie out there, and does have some on the notes preach stuff or whatever. But I had a total freaking blast with Revenge. It was something that really knows what's going for and really reels towards it. The actress that main actress in the movie, I get her name at the moment, was amazing here. She really delivers in this movie. The action sequences are incredible, brutal. Like, this film doesn't hold back up. It kind of hurts the rewatchability of this movie. This movie I'm definitely not going to rewatch all the time. But this movie I'm good if get on Blu-ray when it comes out, and a movie that that's definitely just a total blast and knows what it's trying to go for, with some great performances and great especially with the main actress here. Yeah, I did do a review of Revenge. You had not seen it, but you guys will know that I fucking love this movie. I will still give it a 97A. And now let's talk about all the movies I have seen during my break off YouTube. First up, Anon. What's Anon? I wouldn't want to. Because it's a Netflix movie that stars Clive Owen and Amanda Seyfried. And it is definitely, probably, it's basically one of the worst films I've seen this year so far. Like, it's not good at all. In fact, it's pretty awful. The only positive that prevents the movie from being a 0 was Clive Owen. He's literally the only reason why this film doesn't give a 0. He actually gets a good performance. Everything else in the film sucks. From the odd cinematography to basically a story that's so confusing, so out all over the place that you can't tell what the actual story is. It's really kind of like The Titans, which is this movie I saw a couple months ago, and also was incredibly confusing. Couldn't tell what they're trying to do or what's going on. So this year, only is even more confusing, and that's saying something. I was so bored on the spot that I didn't fall asleep because characters are kind of interesting. This one's pretty much uninteresting, boring, and this is pretty much just interesting, boring, and really lacks a lot of emotion and And then it can't even express what the actual story is. Because really there is not even a story here, and it goes through a lot of random stuff that's just seriously. So I do not recommend checking out Aeon. It is definitely not worth it. I would give it a 4 of 50 plus. But now we talk about one of the worst I've seen this year. Talk about one of the best I've seen this year. This film, I was finally, and I mean finally, able to finally see. Because I've been wanting to see this movie for the past few months, but it never came out to theaters near me. And that is Thoroughbreds, which came out a few months ago, but it was sick because it never came out to theaters near me. And I was finally able to see it when it came out online. I heard a lot of amazing things about this movie. I heard a lot of greatness about it. And this film freaking delivers. This film is pretty much just as great and amazing as everybody says it is. Thoroughbreds really is a fucking incredible. This film really is freaking incredible and definitely one of the best movies I've seen in 2018. Like, this film truly is incredible. This film basically, as it said on the poster, Heathers meets American Psycho. It's also on the poster, really funny and superbly unpredictable. And that's basically the best way I can definitely describe Thoroughbreds. I fucking love every single aspect of me. I don't really have any major issues I can't really think of. Every aspect of the movie really hits home, from the excellent performances to Anya Taylor-Joy, who proves he's definitely one of the best actors working in Hollywood today. Olivia Cooke also proves she's one of the best actresses working today as well. She's really been impressing me a lot. First I saw Olivia Cooke was a Norwegian, but she really impressed me a lot in Near Earl of Dying Girl, which if you haven't seen, I do recommend. She also impressed me a lot right Player One, and she once again impressed me here, playing good. I really try to have not any emotion. She really plays that character really well. Those two have incredible chemistry. Also, Anton Lilton, rest in peace, man. You will be sorely missed. And you definitely give a great performance. You definitely give a final great performance here. You will be dearly missed, man. And that's an actor that's just gone too soon. The story is definitely very engaging and goes in a way that I did not expect. It definitely has some humor that's very dark, but dark in the best way, and not too dark, if you know what I'm saying. And there are a lot of moments that definitely have me laughing so much and have me. There killer moments that had me laughing so much. I was like, no joking now. But it also has some very dramatic moments that really do hit. Even some moments that was, even in the ending, well, I know some people were really fun in the ending. I actually didn't mind. I actually liked how it ended. Like I said, Thoroughbreds is a fucking excellent movie that is just as amazing and incredible as I've been saying it is. From the performances, the script, to the characters, to the humor, to the arcs characters goes through, not good to the story, to the drama. That sounds too much excellent on every level, and I will without question give it my 108+. I fucking love Thoroughbreds. Kind of in this film, I give it the highest of recommendations. This film is definitely worth checking out. Next film, definitely also another surprise, and that is Every Day, which was released, I believe, around February. And I know some Angry Weiss, sorry, and that's what's Angry Weiss, who mostly know was the Nice Guys for 16 and gave out probably one of the best performances of that year and of the decade in general. I know she's the main thought. This movie basically falls in love with its lifestyle of being those much spies every day. Since the film's called Every Day. But Every Day is actually a surprisingly good film. It's actually very sweet, but not like too sweet or anything like that. Not too melodramatic, at least, but most part at least. I mean, Amy Rice gives out a great performance. She definitely the best aspect of this movie, gives her the best performance. And I really dug the relationship she has with the celestial being. That really is about the love for this movie. And relationship I really kind of liked. I want to see more of. It definitely has some interesting moments with certain characters, and definitely has some great moments of humor and some very sweet romantic moments that I didn't expect to like, honestly. My only big problems with this movie is that it's still a very cliched movie. It goes through a lot of the romantic tropes that you expect. I actually feel that do bug me. And I really wish they explained a lot more on why this experience even exists. So, more information on it and some other reasons and all that stuff. But overall, I thought it was actually a good movie. Definitely, I liked it a lot more than I was expecting, since I wasn't really huge on the trailers. So I would definitely give it a miss, especially if you're a huge romance fan. I would give it an A to a B+. And now we get to a film that really has not been satisfying a lot of people, and that is Solo, a Star Wars story. I did manage to see Solo, a Star Wars story, which is, of course, the prequel to Han Solo, and it's the second of these Star Wars anthology movies, and it's followed Han Solo as his views as being a smuggler and having a Chewie. He gets stuff and all that. I mentioned he gets the blaster and him going smuggling, how he met Lando, and it's pretty cool to his beginning of it, to how he became who he is. Those we kind of didn't explore that, but yeah, pretty much to be honest, all I expected from Han Solo and Star Wars story was to have a fun time with it. If I was just having a fun time movie, I'll be satisfied, and that's what I had, guys. Sure, this movie is exactly the most perfect or most amazing movie out there. I mean, it does feel a lot on it. Like, it definitely means very safe and very predictable. Like, it really is safe and predictable. Like, it doesn't take any risk, which it's something I did expect, honestly, in that being the case, but I really wish I have a little more guts to it. But fortunately, it does feel very safe at multiple times. The first act of the movie is very messy and definitely is very versatile, especially with how Chewie and Han met. The humor is definitely very hit or miss here. Something I thought was actually very hilarious and very funny, but some actually had me cringing and kind of rolling my eyes a bit at times. Especially with this droid character that has no purpose to the story and was definitely very annoying at times. And there were also a few characters and storylines that had potential, like with Woody Harrelson, Paul Bettany, and even Amelia Clark, who was great in the movie, by the way. I mean, who had storylines and stuff that could have been interesting, but they didn't get much to do or don't have much development, a lot of stuff. But the movie does have some greatness to it. Alden Ehrenreich does do a really good job as Han Solo. He basically is good in this movie. It doesn't ruin the character or anything. He's definitely not the same Han Solo that you expect, but this is just, it's just the beginning of Han Solo, so you don't really expect that. So, but it's the actual same Han Solo. So that really about me that it wasn't really the same. I mean, it does have some of the Han Solo isms that you expect, but it's not like the actual Han Solo that love and will be anything ever doing sequels. And considering that, because from time we do on the box office, that's seems unlikely at this point, to be honest. But American supposed to do really good Han Solo, and maybe in future movies he'll do a much better job. Maybe have more time to be more emotional. We'll see. I definitely love his relationship with Chewie. I definitely love the relationship with Chewie. How again, I really like how rushed it was, but after that, you get the hilarious moments and bits that you expect from Han and Chewie, and definitely some of the most standout moments of the movie. Amelia Clark again is great here. And definitely best performance without question, the best character, which of course is what a lot of people always say in this movie. And that is Han Solo as Donald Glover. And that is Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian. Which I'm sure most of you are surprised, and a lot of people saying that he is great. Donald Glover And like everybody, Tom Glove's pretty much a national treasure at this point. So it's no surprise that he is good in this movie, and he does deliver. And Don Glover is an incredibly talented actor, and he proves that once again. Here, he has an amazing impression of Billy D. Williams, and but also stand out on his own as well. He definitely has some of the coolness, the greatness to what makes Don Glover Lando's so great character and so smooth the character. But he was in a performance here. He has all the characters when he's with Lando while staying on his own. And it's great seeing how he and Han actually met in the first place. And that thing overall for is solid. It does have entertaining fun action sequences, also gorgeous cinematography, visual effects, which I'm sure most of you really do expect from these Star Wars nowadays. And this one does actually have a couple of surprises and mostly in the end, especially I don't want to spoil it, but I don't swear about, but in case you guys haven't seen it, in case you guys don't know about it, I'm not gonna say anything. But overall, I still really enjoyed Star Wars Solo Star Wars Story. Definitely not an amazing movie. Definitely I'm not going to rewatch all the time like The Lost Jedi, Force Awakens, and Rogue One. But still, overall, a very solid movie. I do kind of recommend. It's usually unnecessary, but it's still very enjoyable. I would give it a 76 of a B. Got 5 more films to go. Next up, Breaking In. That film on Gabrielle Union that I was hoping that could be kind of guilty pleasure-esque. And while they have some very unintentional highest moments of what Gabrielle Union does do a really good job here, the film is just as cliche, typical, boring, and uninteresting, and unrealistic, and kind of blah as you expect. Breaking In was not a good movie at all. It was kind of bad, honestly. I didn't like it at all. All the villains are terrible here. It's hard to accept in this film, so there's not that much I can honestly say about Breaking In, and I'll give it a 14 of a D. The next film we got is Lean on Pete, which is a film I actually want to see for a while now. The film 824. That definitely has been a hit or miss for me, but definitely has been more hits than miss lately, like with films like Ghost Story, Good Time, Fall Project, Killing Like a Deer, Lady Bird, and that's the rest. And this is definitely not a hit from them. That's my only issue is that the pacing does drag a little bit here and there, and it's a film I'm probably not going to rewatch for a while. So that's how amazing this film is. The performances are all around great, especially from Plummer. It's a very powerful movie that really gets a lot of emotion out of you. And, it actually left me emotionally drained after watching it, especially with what the main character goes through here, especially with the horse as well. And the relationship that develops throughout the movie, so that the character pretty much not getting much breaks and all that stuff. And it also has really gorgeous cinematography. The performances all around great. The emotion, passion, it's pretty amazing here. But the writing here is also excellent as well, because there's some pretty realistic stuff that mostly politics in 24 at this point. I'm not gonna say much. I think the film is turned down very much about it, but Leon Pete is an all-around incredible movie. It's definitely one of the best I think this year. I don't know if it's actually going to make it on the actual best year list. We'll see how the rest of the year goes along. But Leon Pete is still an incredible movie that I do recommend checking out if you haven't seen it already. I'll definitely give it a 98 of an A. Again, the pace does kind of drunk, especially from the second act. And I won't see us watching this film again at least for a while, because I'm mostly enjoying it. But this film is still excellent nonetheless. Next film we got is Unsane. The latest film from Steven Soderbergh, a film that has been very popular to be shot on an iPhone. I'm sure most of you know at this point. I actually kind of enjoyed Unsane, actually. I actually really enjoyed it more than I expected. I mean, sure, the iPhone aspect doesn't really add much to the actual story. I can see what it's trying to do, and I do give him effort, but our aspect was not really that mind-blowing or anything. And the film does get kind of odd at times, and it kind of does make some incredibly stupid decisions that are really about the hell out of me. Overall, this is definitely an interesting story that I think was very interesting. Just have some great aspects to it. Claire Foy was definitely amazing here. She truly does deliver in this movie. But Joshua Leonard was great here as well. All the performances were really great as well. Definitely have some great moments here. some really interesting moments that I don't think this film was scary, but definitely have sometimes moments here and there that really terrified me. Had some great actors from certain characters and some moments. But overall, Unsane I thought was actually a good movie. Definitely enjoyed a lot as I expected. So I would definitely give it an 80 of a B+. Two more films to go. Next film we got is The Tale, which is an HBO film that was released like a couple weeks ago. It stars Laura Dern. That tells a story about the woman about that apparently it's actually based on what the actual director, I forget what the actual director's name is. Right now, hold up. What's the director's name? Sorry, guys. Let's see. Jennifer Fox. Fantastic about her own childhood sexual abuse that she went through in her life. And South Laura Dern here. And this film was freaking incredible. I was honestly speechless after watching it. It is true. And I really admire Jennifer Fox for telling this amazing story and how she's able to tell the story. Not let me engage, but let me very just wow. I really appreciate her and really give a lot of time in the story she went through. And he actually went through a lot of stuff in the movie. The Tale is a film that really needs to be watched, and I'm sure it's film probably end up being forgotten, but it's a film that really needs to be watched and really needs to be seen, honestly. The film's design are great, the writing is great, the storytelling here is great. Nearly everything about the film is great. Again, I'm not going to lean on Pete. It does have some pacing issues here and there, and I don't see myself watching this film at least for a while. Overall, I really love this film. It is definitely worth watching. It's on HBO now. If you do have HBO, if you want to watch it, I would definitely give it a grade. I'll give Leon Pete does a 98 of an A. And now for the last film I'm talking about, and that is Disobedience, which stars Rachel Weisz and Rachel McAdams, and it's basically about the story about this the two people that kind of had teenage romance. She didn't get it, but one of them before she sent away when they got discovered, but she kept trying to form that romance back in. And this film was honestly great, and this film was honestly working great actually. And this film I feel I'm definitely going to love appreciate more over time. There are probably other problems in the movie that there are some aspects of me that I wish I could kind of see more of, and this is one thing that this film I thought felt very necessary to the story, but overall, this film was really impactful. It was really amazing from the performances, especially from Rachel Weisz and Rachel McAdams, to give some of the best performances of their careers and have some amazing chemistry, some of the best I've seen this year so far. They did truly have some great chemistry here. The cinematography here is beautiful as well, some of the best of the year as well. The direction from the direction that they take through that actually I didn't see coming. The music here is also incredible as well. The screenplay, this film is pretty great here. I'm not very much. I didn't film that they actually need to see around very much about it. Disobedience is definitely a film that's definitely worth watching. Again, that's not a perfect movie, but definitely has some greatness, some intriguingness, and some aspects that I really miss. And this is a film I'm going to love more and appreciate over time. So I will give Disobedience a 95 of an A. Well, guys, that's going to be it for this week's video. That's all the games, all the TV shows, and all the TV movies I watched from May 2018. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below all the movies, TV shows you watched, all the games you played throughout May 2018. What it's first time games or whatever. Just let me know. That's all comments down below. And let me know if you really want me, if you actually like me doing this live recap stuff, if you want me to continue this in the future. Should you like me doing this? I'm really trying to get better at this, honestly. This is my first time doing this, so I hope y'all enjoy that. So I hope y'all really enjoy this. I will try to get better at this in my next recap video, so let me know if you want me to continue the live recap stuff. Thank you guys for watching this live stream. The ones that did watch, I do appreciate it. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. If you haven't, be sure to like this video, be sure to share, be sure to subscribe, be sure to follow Stay cool, but peace.